And we thought that it was a good idea to have the players be involved with these events so that the fans can meet the players, etc. So another thing was going to local elementary schools. So bringing a mascot and players to these schools, allow the kids to meet the players and the mascot and encourage them to come to the next game. This just builds a relationship and inspires the younger generation. And like have autograph sessions, like autographs go a long way with young kids. Also going to local minor hockey leagues and get them to come to the game as a team. We could have like a theme night and have them together, like experience a live pro hockey game together. And you just have to like wear your minor hockey jersey in order to get into the game for free. So one of the issues was season ticket holders didn't feel special or like they didn't feel like they got special treatment. So we thought a good idea was to go door to door and give the season, for the players to give their full year season tickets to the actual season ticket holders and like have a special gift box or something with a shirt, a signed hat or water bottle or whatever, and just make them feel special because these supporters are like the core attendance coming to the game. So we just want to make sure we thank them for their support and sustain that like fan to team relationship. Another thing was entertainment between periods. They said that there wasn't a lot of family-oriented games going on or whatever. So we thought like on ice games for kids, a quick 5-on-5 game in between periods. It doesn't take a full 20 minutes to flood or cut the ice. So like chuck a puck, obstacle courses, etc. This is just a low-cost entertainment that is really family-oriented.
So another way of promotion we wanted to do is a ticket sales promotion. And the promotion that we came up with is to get fans to come to multiple games a year. And it's called the Hole Punch Incentive Program. So after you attend your first game of the season, you get a little hole punch card. And every time you attend a game, you get it punched by someone in the stadium. And so after 16 games or 8 games, let's say 8 games, you would get a free food voucher for your next game. After 16 games, you'd get a shirt of your choice. 24 games, you'd get a pair of sweatpants. And if you get a perfect season and attend all games, you get your own custom jersey with your name on the back. We think this is a great promotion incentive that will help people come to the rink multiple times a season, and they'll want to come back to get that free jersey.
Hi, my name is Ryan Stewart. Can you guys hear me? Yes. Okay, so the rules, they should focus on hiring maybe a new social media team. Now, when they're doing this, their job would be to help increase overall social media interaction and make a better app for the organization. The price to hire a new social media team ranges anywhere between $1,000 and $20,000, depending on the size of the team, of course. So the first bullet point, they will have their team focus on gathering and using feedback from fans. The roles will gather and use feedback with their popular social media tools such as Twitter and Facebook. For example, the Boston Red Sox, they've done this in the past. They will create like polls and allow fans to request music during rain delays. Now, even though hockey is an indoor sport, they could even have fans participate in these polls in between quarters. This will make the fans feel more engaged and it will make them feel like they're a part of the game day experience. The next point is have the team make rally cries and create hashtags. Now, this is cool because for example, like when you go to an Ohio State football game, all you hear is somebody screaming OH and then someone somewhere will scream IO. So having something simple like this in play will make it easier for the Wolves to capture an even greater potential market and get more fans on their hype train. Next bullet point, promote their star athletes. The Wolves should promote their star athletes simply because star athletes are great for increasing the brand's awareness. For example, when you hear about the Los Angeles Lakers, who's the first player that comes to mind? It's probably LeBron James. By the Royals putting their star players front and center on social media, fans can easily connect to their favorite team members and set the stage for exciting shareable content, which can help the brand's image. Also, this requires very little money and time investment as well. Next point, create stories. So what makes sports entertaining today are the stories behind each game. So for example, the Ohio State and Michigan rivalry is arguably the biggest rivalry in Big Ten history. Also, the atmosphere of those games are insane. The Royals should create background stories for each of their rival games simply because it makes it more exciting. Maybe give a brief history on each team, maybe show fans cheering at these events, and maybe find that one diehard fan that everybody likes to look at. Next, create ads. The Royals should create video ads on their YouTube platform. Every month, more than 1 billion people watch more than 6 billion hours of YouTube videos. Also, more than half of YouTube video views come from mobile devices. So this means there's a big potential for fans and customers. The Royals should create ads showing excited fans, star athletes, or even showing off their merchandise. The next point is explore different platforms. The Royals, as you can see, they are present on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The Royals should start up the Snapchat simply because Snapchat is one of the fastest growing social networking sites. 90% of the Snapchat users ranges from ages 13 to 24 years old, which can help the Royals increase their younger audience. Also looking to create a Pinterest. It may sound funny, but 71% of Pinterest users are females. This will allow the Royals to engage with their female fan base or maybe even interest new fans. And last but not least, have their marketing team develop and create a better app. I mean, it doesn't have to be complex, but it can be something simple. On to the next slide. So it can be something like this. Start off saying, I have it set up whereas this is the official mobile app of the Reading Royals. Make your smartphone a unique part of the game day experience with live game broadcasts, coach and player interviews, and more. Now you can take your favorite ECHL team with you everywhere you go. So if you look in the middle picture, if you click in the top left, the 3 little bars, it takes you to the menu. You can watch games through your cell phone. You can look at the team's roster, coaches, team stats. You can look up the whole entire ECHL, see who's getting drafted, who are they picking up. You can look at the ECHL scores. You can even get coupons, and you can keep up on current events. If you look at the picture on the right, if you click on the information marker in the top right, it gives people using that easy access to the organization's email, their website, their contact information, and you can also access their social media platforms as well. Do that. And last but not least, even though their app is still undergoing construction and a lot of people really they're not that hip to it yet, all they have to do is just maybe take a link of the app, post it in Instagram bios, and they do have a pretty big following on their Instagram, so people will see that and they will be interested in using it. So that's it.
Okay, so in order to attract younger people, we thought it would be a good idea to focus more on selling alcohol. And for that, we thought it was a good idea to partner up with a local brewery. Oak Brook Brewing Company sounded like a good candidate. It has really good reviews. And this way, by selling their alcohol, we would attract younger adults. This would be a low-cost marketing for the Royals, since we would have the mentioned street marketing at the brewery. We would have pamphlets and posters, and it could potentially be a Royals sponsor. We thought this was a good strategy because it would benefit the Reading Royals with the marketing and the attraction of younger people, and the brewing company, since we would be increasing their alcohol sales in the stadium. So there was also dissatisfaction with concessions. That's why we decided it was a good idea to partner up with a food service distributor. This would be a seasonal partnership since the Royals would only need their service during season, obviously. And for this, we thought Gordon's Food Service was a really good option. It is also highly rated. It has a great variety of food. It has really good quality, and it's already partnered up with stadiums, universities, and big places like that. So they offer great deals for great prices. So it would overall give a greater quality to the concession stand.
Okay, we got 5 minutes, Paz.
Okay, so there was some issues they said with improving or with the merchandise and apparel. So we thought a way in improving this is that Dick's is already a corporate sponsor with the Reading Royals, so we thought we'd make a deal with them and have improve the quality of the merchandise and apparel, like Under Armour, Nike, and Champion. Have something that's similar to what the players have, so it just builds that connection again with the fans and the players to have the same thing as what the players are walking around with.
So to summarize this, we created this price summary to see where we would focus most of our budget on. From the marketing communication budget that was $40,000, we thought that 35% of it should go to social media, 30% to pamphlets, and 30% to posters, and then we would save 5% to other things that might come up. And from the game promotion budget that was $75,000, we thought that most of it should go to improving the merchandise and apparel, and then 25% to any whiteout giveaways or giveaways for people attending the games and trying to support the Royals, and 15% to charity giveaways, as for example, games that are towards breast cancer awareness or charity events like that. And then again, we would save 5% of it to any other things that might come up. And that's it. Any questions? Should I stop sharing?
Okay.
Yeah, stop sharing. That's good.
All right, guys, are we ready for questions? All right. I guess I will start with, here's a fun fact for me. Who knows where Reading, Pennsylvania is? Okay, what part of Pennsylvania?
Philly.
Okay. Fun fact, I am probably about 15 minutes from Reading. So I know Reading very well. I know this team very well. I've attended games very well, or a lot. You got the right judge on your board here. So I thought I heard somebody say Reading Royals.
Oh, that was me.
That was you. So just watch yourself. Make sure when you're presenting, you know people's names, how to say it. Reading, Reading. It's confusing, but that's important. So that's my first thing there. My first question for you guys is about your mini sales packs. Do you think by doing your mini peaks that it might take away from the ending? It might take away from sales rather than create more sales. Could you explain yourselves there?
Personally, I'd say I think that relying on that end of the last week, 2 weeks to hit the sales target is kind of risky. I mean, if you're consistently making those sales throughout, after the first couple of days, I feel like it would make up for that time and the stress of waiting to see what would actually happen in those last weeks. Because, I mean, rolling out deals like this, it's people are going to see that more often, I feel like, and they'll be more attracted to buy tickets.
You definitely want to get those sales in sooner than later. Do you think they're going to be new people or are they going to be the same people?
I would say it could be a mix of both, because some people will see these deals once and then know that they'll be happening again and look for them. And then through word of mouth, people will say, hey, the Royals are rolling out these deals before the end of the that last week or two. So you should check out these deals. So I think it could be a variety of both people.
Okay.
Just kind of piggybacking off of that, the deals are all great. They would, just the way I'm looking at it, they might take away from if somebody was going to pay at that end peak, they were going to pay for a full price ticket. You're cutting back on those profits, obviously getting new people in with that, which is a great idea. But how would you guys then convert them into continuing to become fans and start paying for those full price or season tickets?
I'd say like through the in-game, like the promotions, like running that punch card thing, people are going to want to come back. And what we're doing and trying to create more of that family experience with the things in between periods, I think just like if we make the experience overall better, they will come back.
All right, I'll jump in here now, the ticket guy. So, but a couple quick things. I don't want to beat a dead horse with the ticketing side of things, but I do want to give you guys a couple quick things. One, I would give you guys a shout out on the hole punch concept. I do like that. I think the requirements for each threshold might have been a little high, only because you got to think obviously what gets people to come out to games. I love the concept. I definitely think you're onto something there. I just think scaling back to that number of games would have definitely helped. The other thing I would say is, and kind of leading into a question is, on the social media side, obviously it's very difficult. A lot of times things like, in-game chants, songs, things like that happen organically, like the Baby Shark thing that happened with the Nationals. Things that go way back in the day, like, you meant reference to Ohio State and things like that. So a lot of those things happen organically, or they stem from a story. So I guess my question would be, if we're looking at creating new things like that, love the idea. How do you guys plan on helping to create that? Is it going to be something that you guys just create on your own and push in arena, or is it something that you're going to try to pull from something local?
I would say it would be something that we have to create on our own. I mean, simply because me personally, I'm not really familiar with the Reading Royals. I don't know if they have any big rivalries or not, but I believe it's something that we can start on our own and make something just simple and catchy. And it's just something fun. I mean, it can be a test trial, a little trial and error. If it works, it works. But if it doesn't, see if we can find something else to come up with.
All right, fair enough.
One of the initiatives, guys, was getting younger people in there. You did mention college. You mentioned one. You mentioned Alvernia. Could anybody name any other colleges that are in that area, specifically one that's right down the street that wasn't named?
Villanova.
What's that?
No, never mind.
Lehigh.
Lehigh's close, but not that close. I would put them more towards the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, which is the what are they? The AHL. Yeah. Okay. There's Arcadia. There's L-Tri-C. There's a community college right down the street. So, what I was looking for there is younger people. College has younger people, so that college is definitely somewhere where you want to look for people. Especially hockey season is when school is in session, right? Baseball is a little different because it happens when college is out of session, but that doesn't mean you can't partner with them either. But I think that is a big part of getting young people in there to go to the game, fill your seats, drink your beer, eat your food, etc.
And I'll throw one other thing in there real quick, just from the ticket. So this is not a question. This is just more of a statement. So this is just my opinion. I don't know that the concept you guys talk about of getting rid of your peaks and valleys is going to completely get rid of that last peak at the end when you're driving the most revenue, only because that tends to be, think about people's normal day to day. To me, that speaks a lot of how human nature is, of a last minute, like, oh, hey, let's go catch a game. Or, individuals during that last small period that maybe find out that they're going to be in town or are looking something to do. A lot of people don't like to plan certain fun things like that out too far in advance unless it's a big undertaking, especially if they're not committed through like a season ticket package. So I like the idea. I just think it's about, to Alicia's point, I think it's about how do we target the younger generation. And I think you guys had some really good points in there. The thing I would just continue to think about is think about yourselves, right? If there was a hockey, a hockey team that wasn't NHL, that was right down the street, what would get you out on a Friday night or Saturday night versus going to your friend's house or, going somewhere else? How do you do that? And I think there was a couple of good nuggets in there. Like, I think you're on the right track with, we'll just say it, the alcohol side of things. I think that's one thing. And I think there's got to be some type of tie-in or something that's maybe relevant. One thing I didn't hear that I will throw out there is, affiliations. I know that there were some things like, breast cancer awareness, stuff like that. But think about from a university standpoint, one thing that's taking over sports right now is university themed events, where maybe there's a co-branded event where you get a hat or a T-shirt that has your university's logo on it, and maybe all students get a discount, right? Something like that. So, but overall, I think you guys, I don't think that trying to level out those peaks and valleys would crush your sales at the end, because I think those are people that are last minute type individuals anyway. I think it's just trying to get to the younger generation earlier on.
I have one more. Can you explain to me more about Gordon Food Service? I've never heard of them and what they're about and why you chose them.
It's a food service. Oh, sorry, Jack. You want to talk about it?
It's an Ohio food service. Like, I've known about it since I was like a kid. Like, my high school used it. Like, the Toledo Mudhens use it. The Wizards in Fort Wayne use it. Like, I've had their food before, so when we were trying to find like a new thing for our concession stands, I immediately knew that Gordon Food Services had good food and that they go out of state for that too.
What would be some of their competitors? Who else were you considering there?
That was the first one I knew.
One other last little frustrating thing, not with the ECHL, just in general. You guys had talked about kind of playing up your star players, kind of building that. This is something I didn't know until I actually started working in the ECHL. Every year, the team turns over completely. So we had 5 players total turnover from last season. So it's incredibly hard to keep star players around. You have to continually bring those up. Like, we run, for our programs, we run 2 different volumes throughout the year because we turn over so many players throughout the year even.
All right, good. Thank you, guys. Let's go. We're going to go on and jump right into the next group, okay? We're going to go to, let's do Ryan, Kenny, and Jack next.
All right.
You guys ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll share my screen.
Make sure you guys introduce yourselves first, all right? I'll start. Ready to start the clock?
Yep. Yeah.
All right. You're on.
My name is Ryan Redman. I'm a triple major in accounting, finance, and sports business management, and I'll also be the sports business management president next year.
Jack Angelucci, sophomore communications major on the men's golf team, and also the lead voice for Hearst Athletics play-by-play.
My name is Kenneth Robinson. I'm currently a senior, about to graduate. I'm a former baseball player. I played 2 years at Mercyhurst Northeast Campus and 2 years here at Mercyhurst, and I'm a sports business management major.
I'm Ryan Rapp. I'm a junior in sports business management major. I also went to Mercyhurst Northeast for my first 2 years and then transferred over to Mercyhurst.
And our case study is on the Reading Royals.
So just a quick overview of what we're going to cover. Obviously, we're going to hit on the current season ticket holders, how to retain those types of people, but also how to increase attendance in general and appeal to that younger market, just like we talked about in the other presentation as well. But and then the new marketing strategies we're going to use to incorporate those tactics.
All right, so what are our goals? We got 2 main goals that we want to focus and achieve on as an organization, and it's to maintain high retention among season ticket holders and to increase our average attendance.
So the current analysis of our season ticket holders, there was a survey sent out, and 51.6% of them were season ticket holders, and currently we have 91.8 retention rate, which that's a decent amount, but we obviously want to increase that as much as we can. 20% of our respondents do not use smartphones. Also, main demographic for our season ticket holders, about 75% or 73.6% are between the ages of 45 to 65. So hence that might be the reason why they're not using smartphones. And the avidity rate is 4.25 out of 5. And also a very important thing that we want to do is increase attendance, like Ryan was saying. And right now it's at a 48.45% capacity rate. So that's about 3,400 out of 7,000 fan arena. And that ranks really towards the bottom of the league.
So the current analysis of our season ticket holders continued. Basically, why the season ticket holders come back, the team is very successful since they won the 2013 EHL Kelly Cup. The team is very entertaining with their young star players. They provide a very good game for fans there, and they provide a family-orientated type of experience for everyone around. Right now, their best advertising that they use is their website and a newspaper. It seems to be the best way to keep that older demographic intrigued. They're not young on their phones. They don't have the smartphones every day. They're not on the internet searching. But currently, they have a $40,000 advertising budget and a $75,000 budget for giveaways.
So a little team achievement and a little background about them. They are the AA affiliate of the Philadelphia Flyers. And like Kenny said, one of the main reasons the fans, we keep the attendance as it is because of how successful they are. They made the playoffs in the past 8 years, including this past year. They've had 57 ECHL alumni on opening day rosters. And talking about alumni, they've had some play in the NHL like Jonathan Quick. He played with the team in 2007, 2008, and is now a two-time Stanley Cup champion with the Los Angeles Kings.
So the first thing I want to talk about is, and kind of changing, is the entertainment value for the Royals. So you see here we have these two screenshots of what they were currently doing. The top one for the season ticket benefits, which we liked that, decided to keep some of that. Things like 20% discount at team store, buddy passes, advanced entry into the arena before games, and then those group experiences too for group ticket sales, which we'll touch on a little bit later, including high five tunnel, youth hockey, stuff like that. Some things we decided to incorporate, pretty simple stuff here. Run-of-the-mill dollar hot dog, dollar beer night. Once again, appealing to the college demographic with those lower prices on those type of nights. Free shirt Friday with being sponsored from some local businesses, as you see there, with their branding on the back of the shirts, a different shirt every Friday. Bobblehead nights for the first 1,000 fans in the arena. A 50-50 raffle for every home game. And with that, also offering $1 off for season ticket holders in their 50-50 raffles. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but every little incentive you can add for those season ticket holders, it'll add up over time. And the way you could do that is by giving each season ticket holder like a rewards card, which would serve as their tickets and something they can use to swipe in to get that discount for the 50-50 raffle, among other things. And then some theme nights to once again hit that younger demographic. I know we're kind of harping on that. Fortnite, Star Wars, etc. And then post-game autographs with the players after the game.
So a big thing is for season ticket holders, what they look for is getting their family together. This is very important. You want to make an everlasting memory, so you want to be a fan for life. So a good way to do this is just having one game every month. Kids under 12 will get a ticket 50% off. We also want exclusively for season ticket holders to have family skates right after every Sunday home game. Also, we want to incorporate more youth hockey team nights. So I actually had a personal experience with this when I was younger at a Lake Erie Monsters game. Basically, like before the game happened, we got recognized as our team. And then including that, we will have a mini game during the intermission. So it could be like a shootout or like a little 3-on-3 game. Also, we'll get a little later about the new group packages that we will be offering, and they're more family friendly.
So advertising strategy for our current season ticket holders. We want to continue to write articles about the team's performance and the breakout players on their website and in the newspaper. Since a lot of our season ticket holders are older, they're less likely to use social media, and we want to keep the focus with what they are comfortable using. we want to add a couple additions to the newspaper and website. We want to add an ad to the newspaper, like shown to the right, that we made up. And then for the website additions, we would like to add an ad for the new app and then a fan blog where fans can write about their experience on the game.
So on the left, we have our current ad app. We'll get in a little more detail about that later. Also, a big thing we want to include for season ticket holders is adding a fan blog tab to the website. So what fans can do exclusively going to season ticket holders, we want to their stories that they can write, and they can tag the website, and it will go to the blog. Specifically, this can follow like trending players, even alumni, or currently how their team is doing. So, and this will also be monitored by the website too. So we'll have only appropriate things involved.
So ways to engage these new fans, we're going for the target market of the millennials. So currently those are like people like my age, just in college or getting out of college. We're more up to date on our social media. We're on our phones all day. So if they get this app going, we feel like this is a better way to stay connected with that population or target market. And also this is utilizing the social media. If we get on Instagram and Twitter and we're utilizing that every day, we're trying to reach out to our fans and keep them connected. We're going to be better off as an organization. More customizations with the ticket packages. We want the new season ticket packages and the reconstructed group packages. The student rush tickets, we also talk about that later on in that presentation as well.
All right, so this is the new app we make, is the Reading Royals app. This is where fans will be able to exchange, sell, and buy tickets directly through the app and can see what promotional giveaways will be given out on what days. Fans will be able to watch and listen to the games live. And when they're using this app, they'll be able to receive Royal points, which when they purchase a beverage or snack from a concession stand, they'll be able to get points towards their app, and they'll be able to use that to buy team gear at a cheaper price. There will also be a spin the wheel game on this app, where fans can win a voucher or coupon of maybe like free popcorn or free t-shirt for that game.
So utilizing social media is obviously a really important way to get fans involved and get to a younger demographic. And so some things about incorporating that are kind of a little bit different than your conventional use in the past of social media would be on Instagram, weekly IGTV, Royals recap, maybe 10-minute episodes where you have interviews, recap of the games of the week prior, and just kind of recap everything going on within the organization. Using Twitter, obviously, the bare bones updates, personnel stuff is something you have to do, but also giveaways. For example, tagging 3 friends in a tweet can put you in a chance to win free tickets for a game. Instagram takeovers with personnel, whether it be executives, coaches, players, have them take over the Instagram account for a day and, kind of give a little day in the life type thing and show what life's like for them as a professional hockey player. And then some interactive campaigns, such as, like the best jerseys of all time bracket from the organization, have fans vote on that. A top moments bracket, whether it be through the past 10 years, the past year. And also something we thought about incorporating, which would be pretty cool, is a fan vote on what jerseys the team will wear in an upcoming game. Do that maybe once a week. And then here you see, before we get into our new plans for the ticket packages, here's the current ticket packages that they have. You see there the glass seats, and then the upper deck seats not available in those packages. So this is kind of bare bones what they have going on. We kind of took that as our base and then kind of built our new packages off of that.
So based off of that, we want to have more customization. We feel that's very important to adding more fans and getting more people involved in with the team. So there was only 10 and 18 game plans offered right now, but we also want to include a 5-game package, which we believe that a smaller game amount can increase to, if they have a great experience, that can lead to 10 or 18 or even full season ticket packages. So currently season or just even single game prices are $30, 24, 20, and 12, and that is each color represents what level it is on the ice, as you can see on the right. And with this, we'll have the same plan benefits, and we also want to add post-game autographs with these current benefits that are already offered. And as the games increase from 5, 10 to 18, you'll be saving more money as you spend here.
So part of our new group package, currently the group sizes that they try to target are somewhat too big. So we wanted to dumb it down a little bit. We went with new groups of 5 to 10 people packages, and we changed the prices around a little bit. We went to $19 and $17. We feel like that larger group targets like businesses and companies, schools like that when they want to bring in large bodies of groups and discount their tickets. If they still want to keep that same number, they can. Benefits we think this will come up of is family. It's family and smaller group friendly. If a group of 3 in a family, like a mom, dad, and son, want to go check out a game, they don't have to go too deep in their wallet to break the bank on getting tickets. We also feel this will increase attendance, and we'll throw in a little exclusive and give like a free hamburger or something like that.
So another thing we want to incorporate are student rush tickets. So we want to keep college students into the game. We know it's hard for them to afford some things, so we will give them a 20% student discount for every game they show their ID to. And going back to the student rush idea, we want them to send a text message to Royal Student Rush right before the game or the night before the game. And the day of the game, they'll receive a text message. And if they win, they'll get free tickets to the game. And so these student rush tickets will be in the silver and green sections. So they'll be up in the upper bowl. Those are the lower cost seats. And also we will give them a free t-shirt or hot dog with for certain games.
So to the left is the current advertising budget. To the right is the proposal we came up with. So we really hit hard on radio, TV, and social media. We feel like that's going to be the best and most important way to keep our fans engaged. When they can't be there at the games, we can live stream the game. We could do a radio broadcast for people, just driving cars and want to listen to a game. We really want to spend a lot more on social media. We believe that targeting that millennial group, they're always on their phones. They're going to be able to keep up with us a lot more. It's going to be easier for them to access anything they want through our company. For the print, it's pretty expensive for newspaper ads, so we had to up the price on that. And then the other 5% of the billboards and other will stand at 5%.
You guys got a little over 4 minutes.
So like Connie said, we had 40,000 for the advertising budget breakdown, and this is a little breakdown of how much we'd be putting towards each advertisement of the app, the TV ads, radio ads, newspaper ads, and then the poster schedules. But we put the most towards sponsored social posts and production of content of 14,000 because that would be the best source of our advertisement.
You guys got 4 minutes.
And then here's the giveaway budget breakdown. $75,000 is the budget for that. And so you see here we have the TV timeout contests, which are pretty standard throughout professional sports. So $2,000 for that. T-shirt tosses at every game as well. And then, as I mentioned earlier, the Free Shirt Fridays in conjunction with the local businesses helping out with that. Bobblehead nights, jersey nights, hat nights, free towel stuff. And then the app giveaways is something that, is a little different that we're going to be spending a sizable amount on. And then you're left over with $29,000 for, promotions that you kind of, for lack of a better word, go on the fly with. If something comes up where, this would be a good spot to institute this promotion. Here you have room to do that. And also for playoff games too. If you want to institute some promotions for that there, you have room in the budget for that as well.
So to summarize what we talked about today, we talked about the season ticket holder situation. That's at a 91.6% rate, but we also want to increase that to bring in more season ticket holders. We also want to increase fan attendance because it ranks towards the bottom, 19 out of 26, and it's not even hitting 50% of arena capacity. So in order to do that, we explain how we will do that through entertainment, family gathering, implementing new partial season tickets, and new group packages, also increasing social media and budgeting differently. Are there any questions? And then you want to stop sharing?
Yeah, go ahead. Pull you guys back up.
Oops.
All right, I will start here. Good job, guys. I thought you were very professional. Your opening was very good, nice intros. And throughout your presentation, I felt like you hit on all the key points too. One thing, because I know the Reading area so well, I actually host cycling events in the Reading area. So I know that that is one of the remaining communities in the US that newspaper and radio are still big. So you guys decided to keep that, and you understood and you used the word comfortable, that they're comfortable with that. And I couldn't agree more. It's actually fascinating how much that population still revolves around newspaper. People wrote articles about it because it's crazy. But one thing I will ask is, and this is my question to you, the Royals play in the ECHL. Double A is a baseball term. Is double A used in hockey?
So we put that in there for people that aren't familiar with the Reading Royals. So ECHL, yeah, they don't call it, that is a baseball term. But we
ECHL is the premier double A hockey. They call themselves that, yeah.
Yeah, so just like it's just a more familiarity since like with the older generation too, they might be more familiar with baseball. So we just figured that'd be an easier way of understanding what kind of minor league system they are.
Okay. One more I'll add, that you guys did a good job naming local sponsors. Penske is a big sponsor there. They sponsor other sporting events. Redner's, the grocery store, and RAC, which I misspoke before. I said L Tri-C, which is the Lehigh Community College, but it's RAC, Reading Area Community College, that is right down the street. So you guys named that very well there. So you guys did your research there. Good job.
All right, I guess I'll jump in next. So again, kudos to you guys. Again, I thought everything was very professional. You guys, handled everything very, very well. Transitions were great. And I think you guys had a lot of good nuggets in there as well. Just from, I love the focus. I love how you guys actually broke down everything for us in advance, and we started with where we're at and where we're going, which I thought made it really easy to follow. The one question I do have for you is, I know that you guys touched on this briefly. The idea of attacking the younger market, right? And I love some of the ideas, but it kind of stems back to the question then of, okay, we may offer a free hot dog for Student Rush. How do we educate the students that this is even a thing, that it's out there, right? And I know the one thing that you guys mentioned was the idea of tagging through the Twitter account, like tagging 3 individuals. Can you guys walk through, again, the struggle I have with that is, the only question is, just because I'm tagged by someone or they're tagging me on a post about the Reading Royals doesn't mean I'm going to necessarily follow it. Did you guys ever think about anything from any other sources or ways to get people to actually follow the social media sites, so that they're going to see the content regularly rather than just tagging somebody else who may not even follow the account? Did you guys think about anything else, any other ways to get people to follow the social media sites?
Yeah, that's a good point. I know we really didn't talk about it in the presentation necessarily, but like I said, for like promotions wise, we do have that extra money, like I said, laid over. So that's something where taking that and that knowledge of trying to engage those college students, you might be able to take that extra money and you can maybe coordinate an event with a local college, something like that, where you go in, who knows, but like have an event where you kind of get your brand out there with that college, and then kind of just push hard the social media stuff like that, handouts, the poster schedules, post that around college campuses, stuff like that, to kind of hit that demographic, let them know that you're out there and that you have deals specifically for them.
And that's fair. And again, I'm being a stickler on purpose, just again to push you guys a little bit. But I also think another idea I've seen other teams do, if they're launching something new, for instance, the app, right, or certain things like that, they'll do a night. Maybe it's again centered around younger individuals. You could do on a student rush night, prove you've downloaded this app and or are following us on Twitter and or whatever it might be. And you get a free hot dog that night or something like that, and it's basically like forcing them to follow it as their ticket in the door, but a way to generate something in the stand, so people are at least following it and they're going to get hit with that content. So, but good job overall, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have one more question for you. You mentioned the app. Let's go back to the app. With a team that is struggling with both people arriving to the arena and also struggling with their season ticket holders saying they don't have good in-game entertainment, will broadcasting the games on the app improve or take away people actually coming into the game, or the arena, which was the goal here?
Now, going into that, watching the games from the app, from like most apps, you have to have like your TV subscription. So that would only be included with the TV subscription. So if they don't have that with their TV subscription, they won't be able to watch it, but live video will always be played. Also, through our promotion of our app, we want to get more fans engaged. So like with the younger generation, so if we have more people going on the app, they might be more engaged at like, oh, maybe I want to come to more games. If I spend more money at the arena, I can get more points, so I can buy like a jersey in the store. So the app is just kind of to get more people to the games, to give them more incentive to buy things when they are at the arena.
Isaac, anything?
Got them all there.
Can I ask one more just for fun?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. So the one thing that stood out as you guys were going through was the unique idea of having like a season plan holder only blog. I believe that was the concept, right?
Yeah.
So I guess my question is, do you guys? It's kind of a two-part question. One, do you plan to launch that right away as soon as you guys would flip over this whole marketing plan, understanding that? Well, I think what was the stat? 70% of season plan holders are older and tend to not use things like blogs. Or would you guys release that later once you start to build up a younger demographic? And then two, do you worry that could be a breeding grounds for a place that people might just go on to complain constantly about the team, and then it's out there publicly?
So basically, we utilize that right away. With the older generation, earlier in the slides, website and newspaper was something they did look at. Mm-hmm. That doesn't necessarily mean social media. So we feel that will be a big thing to just launch right away, because it might make them use the internet more, and maybe they'll even be like, oh, like I kind of like the internet. Maybe I want to download the app too, and maybe become more involved with social media. And also too, I did mention that we will have people that monitor what is on the website. It won't. It will be monitored if there are things that are being complained about, and I'll be like on social media too. They can like just delete the stories, the posts, and stuff like that.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. All right, one more group remaining. You guys set? All right, who's Mike? I'm assuming you have the screen.
Oh yeah, we had to switch over. My 2013 laptop can't take these files. Oh, are you sharing or Mike Rossi? Oh, I don't know. Rossi.
Yeah, hey, I got it. Sorry, I was
gonna say, I thought you were gonna share.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, I'll start the clock.
All right.
My name is Mike Rossi. I'm a junior. I'm a double major in sports business and business intel.
My name is Zach Lorenz, and I am a sports business management major as well.
I'm Michael Tulich. I'm a senior, and I'm also a sports business management major.
And we are Team Lax, as named by Dr. Parente. We play lacrosse on our series. So the Reading Royals, they are from Reading, Pennsylvania. They've been a part of the East Coast Hockey League for 15 years. They won the Cup in 2013, and for the past 8 years, they've been making the playoffs. So they currently are a very strong program within the ECHL and have been continued to prove that.
So our task, number one, we want to find new strategies to keep our current ticket sales holders satisfied. We want to reach a new target market with families and millennials by coming up with new strategies to reach them. And we want to develop new marketing and communication strategies to reach out to new and existing fans as well.
So for our SWOT analysis, some of the strengths we found were the team performance. People rated the parking proximity and availability very highly. The seating and viewing of the actual ice was also rated very highly. Concession diversity was rated highly despite the pricing issues. There's also a good amount of restaurants and hotels in the area. And then finally, we have a very strongly loyal fan base. And some of the weaknesses that we were tasked with correcting were the season ticket prices being too high, the poor family atmosphere that the season ticket holders rated, the entertainment value being low rated, quality of merchandise, prices of concessions, and then two more that we found were difficulty reaching the Hispanic population in Reading, and also Reading having a poor reputation for crime. And some of the opportunities that we found throughout this were youth outreach programs, whether that be in local elementary, middle, and high schools, and then also going up to the local colleges. Another opportunity is that the 2019-2020 season is the 20th anniversary of the Reading Royals. We also found Reading's population is 66.5% Hispanic, which is a market we haven't really hit yet. Found that the crime rate has been steadily decreasing over the past 15 years. And then a community program centered around the Hispanic population called Centro Hispano has been doing a lot of work in the Hispanic community. So we thought maybe partnering with them for a couple of nights a year would be a good way to reach that population. Some of the threats, people online were worried about a threat of crime in the area, particularly right around downtown where the stadium's located. There's another minor league hockey team in Allentown, which is a somewhat close proximity. Also, the Fighting Phils season does somewhat overlap with ours in the early stages of their season, the later part of ours. And then popularity of competing sports, and whether it be basketball, wrestling, football, people might want to stay home and watch a football game on TV during the early season as opposed to coming to our games. And then some of the economic struggles in the area, whether that be from COVID-19 or just normal economic downturns.
Just a little overview of the area of Reading. It's located in Berks County, Pennsylvania. Neighboring counties are Lehigh, Lancaster, Chester, Schuylkill, Lebanon, and Montgomery County. Berks has the third lowest median household income of all of these counties, and its main industries are manufacturing, healthcare, social assistance, and retail trade. So not necessarily a super high income area, pretty gritty blue collar people. And I think that kind of plays well. And, people that want to come see hockey games, it's a gritty sport. It's physical, it's blue collar. So I think that kind of works well with the sport that we're working with. So a little more on our demographic here in Reading. Our median household income within Berks County is $62,564.
the male salary is actually a little bit significantly higher than the female average salary. I think part of that is due to the large industrial industry here in Reading. Generally, males have industrial positions, and so they have a higher income right now. Has the lowest median income in any city in the county. Like we've touched on before, and we'll touch on more in the future of this presentation, Reading is also 66.5 Hispanic. And like we've touched on, the crime rate in Reading is 93% higher than Pennsylvania average, which is quite significant. But those are things that we necessarily can't change or do much about, as we're just a smaller league hockey team. So those are something we can't fix, but we can use them to our advantage to help the community and benefit.
So some of the municipal areas we want to focus on within Berks County, some of the school districts include the Governor Mifflin schools, Twin Valley schools, Exeter, Lowell, Heidelberg, and Wilson schools, Wyomissing, Ole, and as you can see here, we were looking particularly at areas with a higher median income, a high percentage of families, because we wanted to boost our family atmosphere and get a younger population into the venue as well. And then we were also looking at the more highly populated areas where we could get a good number of people to see, whether it be our advertisements or just exposure in general, and bring them into our stadium.
So some solutions we'll overview here. Move this. So we would like to decrease ticket prices and add some season ticket holding loyalty rewards, as well as introduce youth outreach programs, particularly local schools, and we will explain how that program will be working.
We want to implement new advertising strategies such as digital marketing, using social media, geotagging, stuff like that. That's going to help out a lot, reaching to the demographics of millennials and, college age students like we are. Obviously, they're a huge presence on social media. They're more likely to receive a message on a cell phone, on a social media platform than they were, listening to the radio or reading a newspaper like many other people in Reading are comfortable with, as mentioned in the last presentation. We want to bring in more specific group theme nights, like superhero nights. I think that'd be good for the young kids to get excited for and come. They got to bring mom and dad. St. Patrick's Day, breast cancer awareness, first responders nights. I think that would be big coming off of the COVID-19 pandemic as well once the season gets started. So just a bunch of good stuff, I think, that would really get the community interested and spark interest in lots of demographics other than just, the older group that is renewing most of the season ticket sales.
And then one of the other things we wanted to hit on is an increased efforts in merchandise. Since that was rated poorly, we especially want to focus on our youth offerings. We found on their website that there's only about 6 products that are youth focused that they offer from their team store. And then we want to increase our outreach to the Hispanic community, and that would be generating a newer fan base, bringing more people in, and having that population be a part of our organization moving forward.
We are given an advertising budget of $40,000 to use and help our program advertise. So for the digital billboards, we went with just trying to find some more digital ones so they're a little more price effective and a little bit cheaper for us to do. And we'll have them starting a month before the season starts, running monthly. And through the program that we found, we can get up to 185,000 impressions per month, which is quite substantial considering it's not the largest area either. Including as well as continue our daily ads on radio and TV, and we'd like to specifically target a lot of college radios. I know radio is not necessarily like the number one stream of entertainment for college age kids, but like sometimes like people have the radio on and they're gonna hear ads and it's gonna catch their ear and their attention. And that's a way we can create some engagement through that. And as well as continuing our ads on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, promoting our organization, promoting our app, promoting our players. And like we said, newspapers are one of the number one forms of information that people in Reading still receive. So we'd like to continue with that, including graphics, much like on our billboard, and others, including geo-targeting, digital marketing, making sure we're reaching out to communities that not necessarily are smack dab in the middle of Reading, but are within a reasonable distance for them to reach our games and attend. So Pretzel Night is one of our bigger ideas. You can just click one more time, Rossi. So much like other group here today, some partnerships. Reading is known as self-proclaimed pretzel capital of the world. So there's a couple pretzel companies that started there, and with hundreds of years ago they've been around. So we're going to partnership with Bachman Pretzel Company, which is just right across the river within Reading, and they've been around since about like 1850. And so we'll have them have pretzel concessions, maybe their own individual concession stand that they're able to sell pretzels at. And then we're also going to partnership with the local brewery, much like the other group, Oak Brook Brewing Company. Reason we chose them is they're the number one rated brewery within the area of Reading. And we think that'd be a great idea for the adults to want to have fun, bring their kids, as well as college age students who are of legal age. And raffle for the game worn pretzel jerseys. We'll have some special pretzel jerseys. I know in hockey that's like a big thing to like kind of have like the crazy jerseys for like special theme nights. So we'll do that, have cool pretzel jerseys and raffle those off at the end, as well as students who show ID, you get a free pretzel and 50% off of beers. And we thought that would be a great way to get the community involved, as well as some partnerships. And like people who are fans of Oak Brook Brewing but not hockey, they'll see that they're going to be coming to hockey, and they might come just to watch hockey as well as enjoy their favorite beverage.
So this is a mock-up of a billboard or a poster that we would be displaying. And it's also another idea we had for a theme night. We have our introduction of a Hispanic Heritage Night with Los Royals, which would also be displayed on our jersey. And this shows that they would have a signed auction of a Los Royals jersey. We would have discounts on all the Mexican imported beer like Corona, Modelo. And we would also invite some of the Hispanic community leaders and members to the owner's box pregame. And then we would also have someone from the community do a ceremonial puck drop. And then we also have promotion of our app. And we put in the idea that there's going to be discounts if you download the app. And then we also promote interaction with the team by below that saying you can call or visit our website for details. And this is just a strategy for community engagement, getting them to interact with us on the app or our website or through any phone call.
So within our community outreach, we really honed in on this. We really want to embed ourselves in the Reading community and really be a part of everything. So something that we thought of was pucks to pencils, and that is for the players. So we'll coordinate with the local school for a day that our program can come in. And from the beginning of the day, we'll start in the classroom. We'll divvy up the teams, split them off in the classrooms, and help with work, talk to the kids, get to know them, like get personal. So then we'll start with that and then move into physical education class, or maybe even like recess. We'll have them bring hockey sticks, teach hockey, pass around with the kids, and there might be some schools that necessarily don't even really know what hockey is. And I think that could be very beneficial for our program to like at least get these kids to know what hockey is, and they'll go home and like, hey mom, the Reading Royals came to school, maybe we could go to the game tonight. And it's just another way we could interact with fans.
Terry Janicki was a former NHL draft pick and goalie for the Reading Royals, and he's actually in charge of the new youth hockey program for the Reading Royals. So we thought it might be a good idea to, for games, bring these teams in this hockey league, especially the younger kids, to play games in between periods. That being a young kid starting out playing hockey, I think it'd be a really cool experience for them to come play in between periods. You're playing at the Reading Royals rink, their professional team. Be cool for the parents to see their kids playing out there on the ice. Grandma, grandpa could come watch them too. I think it'd be really beneficial for the growth of the youth hockey program as well. So that's one thing that we thought of doing. It could also benefit the in-game experience for the fans as well. They have Junior Ice Angels, which is like a dance teams, like on ice thing that they have. We thought that they could do maybe a camp with young girls or guys if they would like. Come out on the ice, you sign up, maybe do a camp with them for a week, and then for a home game or a couple home games, you come out on the ice in between periods. You do a little routine with the Ice Angels. Same kind of benefit for them as the youth hockey program coming in and playing in between periods. It's nice for the families to come see their kids on the ice. Great experience for the kid. It could bring them back potentially and buy more tickets, even season tickets. And then meet and greet, kind of family open skates after the game. You go out, you skate around, you can meet the players that are out there, take pictures, get autographs, the whole thing. Just increasing the positive image of the Reading Royals within the community and just kind of growing the game of hockey, with the youth and with the younger people of the Reading area.
You guys got 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So part of the new ticketing strategy, if you'll direct your attention to the image here, this is actually going to be our new pricing for our season tickets. What we wanted to do, since pricing strategies are the strongest way to increase sales, we want to reduce the price of tickets by 25% across the board. And that would be season tickets, group discount tickets, and walk-up tickets. We also want to do a student discount. We thought 15% would be a good number for local colleges and high schools. And we wanted to do a group pricing discount for everyone who registered for the youth hockey program or the Junior Ice Angels. And then we would also have some new incentives for season ticket holders, which would be on a per game basis for one of them, which would be like the group said earlier, if you attend a certain number of games, you get X reward, whether that be a jersey or a voucher for a free meal or something like that. Then we would also have the meet and greet family skate with the players for season ticket holders. And we might run that a few times a year.
We're running out of time here, but so social media wise, 20% of our season ticket holders did not know about the app or very even use it. So we're going to start with advertising on social media. We're going to advertise our app more than we have before. We're going to advertise our program. So we're going to gain more users through those advertisements. And once people download the app, start using the app, we're going to offer in-app incentives, such like discounted ticket prices if purchased through the app. Something that we thought of, another group actually mentioned, was a punch card. So 10 games, you punch card within the app. There's a punch card and you'll check in if you buy a ticket. And on your 10th game, we're going to enter you into a drawing for next year's season tickets. So that's something we're going to do through our app that can draw in more users, including keeping live stats.
One more minute, Zach.
We're at time. All right. Well, and then keeping fans hooked through those stats and increasing app usage.
This is really our last slide. So in conclusion, we want to improve overall fan experience, increase ticket sales, and reach new markets for the Reading Royals. We want to compare our new strategy and how effective it was the same way we did with the previous fans in the case study. And then we're going to evaluate our effectiveness with qualitative and quantitative results. So do we have any questions?
Yeah, let's go. Let's jump right to Zach.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to move my screen around and get unmuted here. So, So a couple quick things. One, I appreciated that you guys did a SWOT analysis and kind of broke down for us, showing, obviously just a general understanding of where the issues lie, what strengths you guys have. I think the one thing I'll give you guys, kind of a kudos on is that you address the concept of the demographic of the local Reading area and the fact that it's, the Hispanic population is something that's not even targeted, and yet it makes up over half of the population in the Reading area from that statistic. So I think that's something unique that stood out about your presentation. One thing I will throw out there, it's pronounced Schuylkill for whoever was struggling through with that word.
Hold on, no idea.
But yeah, definitely do your research in advance, but it's pronounced Schuylkill. But I think the one thing I'll just throw out as a question is, and I apologize if I missed it because it was woven through other topics, but can you guys just, if you had to sum up 2 or 3 things that are the biggest things on, like, I understand the new push, but from a retention standpoint, with the current plan holders and addressing some of those issues, can you guys just run through like just 2 or 3 of the highlights of what your plan is from the retention standpoint? Because I think that the new concept was definitely there. I didn't get enough of the what you're going to do for the current plan holders that were upset.
You guys want me to take this one?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So we found that they responded poorly to the family atmosphere, so we had to push to get better with that. And they also responded poorly to the pricing of their season tickets that they currently had. So we wanted to reduce the prices for them, and also, again, this is a new thing, but we wanted to add more incentives to people that already had their season tickets.
Got it. Okay. All right. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll go next. Definitely like your idea with the pretzels thing. It was an interesting tie-in, and definitely kind of like the specialty jersey, one night only team name kind of deal. Really popular in minor league sports right now. Kind of going off what Zach said, really liked about the analysis of the local community, especially that night you guys were going to do the Loyalist Royals. What are some other ways that you all might be able to get kind of that population involved in the team other than just that specific night?
I think with our Pucks to Pencils program, I know we kind of had to rush through it, but we were planning on targeting schools that were predominantly the Hispanic schools in those areas. So, and I think that would be a huge impact on them if they can come in and help out, and even like not even talk about hockey, just talk about school and just become friends with these guys, with the children. And I think going home, talking about how much fun they had at school, be like, I think that would create an impression on the children, and then like translate to the parents that they're gonna like, maybe we should go to a game, maybe we should like become fans. I think that was our like other like kind of like strategy to besides Los Royals night.
And I apologize for jumping in here real quick. Unfortunately, guys, I have to run. I have a 5:30, so I apologize for hopping out early. But 2 things. One, my wife is from Reading, so I spend a ton of time up there. And my best friend and like best man in my wedding, best friend, what used to be the director of ticket sales for the Reading Royals. So I'll have to give him a heads up that you guys have it figured out. He couldn't get it figured out, so I'll give him a hard time. So, but thank you guys, obviously, for having me. And obviously, Alicia, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but I'll leave you guys with one thing. If anybody wants to follow up, Dr. Parenti, if you want to send out my contact information, I am a hiring manager. I hire 20 college graduates a year. I'm a very good person to know, so take advantage. Feel free to reach out. Anybody that contacts me over email or LinkedIn, I will take the time to talk to you. Okay, I can't promise you anything beyond that, but you will get at least an initial phone screening if you have any interest in learning about the sales world or business within sports. So appreciate you guys. Best of luck, and everybody stay safe. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Zach.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Hi, Zach. All right, am I up?
Yes. Thank you.
By the way, he is a really good person to know. So jot that down. Do what he says. Okay. So you guys hit on 3 things that I think, like Zach said, were unique to your presentation. You talked about the Hispanic population, which that is 100% true. You brought up the fact that they have a reputation for crime, which Reading does. Thirdly, you did a really, really good job digging in to not only the Reading area, but showing and talking about schools and cities that are outside the Reading area. I think that's one thing that I see with young professionals. They get stuck on the name Reading, but I would say a majority of the income from this team actually comes from with outside of the Reading area. So you guys did a really good job there, digging into those areas here. One thing that I will say is that your presentation, you guys did verbally good, but visual. I'm a very visual person. I wanted to see maybe more visuals in it. So instead of just putting the purple thing, maybe give me some more photos, give me some more visual things included there. My question for you is, you weren't the first person that put Oak Brook Brewery in the presentation. They are a popular kind of craft brewery here. What is a reason that a partnership with Oak Brook might not happen, even if Oak Brook really wants the partnership to happen?
Well, there could be some licensing issues, I'm sure. They might not have the ability to sell alcohol outside their establishment. I think you have to have a distribution license, I believe, for alcohol. So they might not be able to do that.
Yeah.
And just to piggyback on that a little bit, they might not even have the capacity to produce enough for a full night of sales at a hockey game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, think money and sponsorship. Do you think maybe one of the bigger guys has a bigger stake and maybe gives more money? So, Oak Brook might not have any dollars to give as sponsorship. And a lot of times sponsorship money comes down to what vendors you have in your arena. Yeah. So if Coors Light is the, big beer there, they may have an exclusive deal that limits any other brand from coming in.
Definitely. So and I feel that is another issue with Oak Brook would be pricing. Them being like an individual brewery within the area, I'm sure it's not that cheap. And that might be an issue with sales for us as well. But we thought we'd add Oak Brook in with the pretzels and really like hone in on that Reading atmosphere.
Sure. My question too, my last question for you guys was about the Hispanic community. You guys did a good job talking about it, and we touched upon really infiltrating that sector. Did you, in your research, did you come up with any sorts of groups or any sorts of publications that are specific to the Hispanic population?
I did find the community organization called Centro Hispano. We found that they're mostly an education organization, and they want to help new Hispanic members of the community assimilate to Reading. They also want to help the larger population around Reading assimilate to their culture as well. So we thought that would be a good organization to mention and maybe do a partnership with or run some events with. Other than that, I didn't see many, but I can look back into that.
Okay, that's all I have.
Alicia, they did say while missing right though.
Why missing? Yeah. Hey, actually, what famous female superstar is from Why Missing?
Pink.
Who?
Pink.
No, but close. Pink's name is also Alicia, by the way. But no, she's from Downingtown, I believe, which also has Victory Brewing there. Yeah. But okay, who grew up a singer, female singer, in Wyomissing, Pennsylvania?
Taylor Swift.
Very good. Ding, ding, ding. Very good. Taylor Swift is from the Reading area, yes. But she claims Nashville as home.
My dad's from Doylestown, so I just said Pink because I know she's from around there.
That's a good guess.
All right.
Another question? Doctor?
Isaac, anything?
Dr. Beard?
You like that?
I love it.
It's not here long. Just a little bit longer. Okay. Well, thanks, guys. Alicia, did you want to don't you say a little bit about your organization real quick before we get you off the line here, and then because I think only a couple of them were at your presentation earlier this year, but not all of them.
Yeah, sure. Well, thanks for giving me a minute here. I founded a company called Living Sport. So I was you guys. I went to school for sport management, and I never really knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I just followed course and I kept to really my passion in sports. Brought me all different directions. But I started a sport management specific study abroad type opportunity where we go overseas, we partner with an event, you get hands-on work experience that you get to add to your resume, and you get to explore the world through sport. So this year, unfortunately, we aren't traveling due to COVID-19. We were supposed to go to London, England, Dublin, Ireland, Athens, Greece, and Glasgow, Scotland. But we are recruiting for 2021, and I am looking forward to traveling because this I'm used to being on the road or in the air, and now we're all home. So if anybody wants to learn more, if you have an itch to see the world and at the same time improve your resume, meet people from all over the world who also are passionate about sport, please reach out to me or check us out, livingsport.com.
Thank you. And Isaac, tell everybody. So Isaac's a 2019 grad from Mercyhurst University. And Isaac, I'll give you a minute to plug where you're at, what you've got going on.
Yeah, I mean, kind of was in most of your shoes last year. Didn't quite know what I wanted to do, but wanted to be in sports. I actually went to this Pennsylvania sports business competition. Met a guy named Murray Kahn, who you should all get to know really well. He got me a couple of phone interviews with some teams in the ECHL. I flew out to their league meetings in Vegas over the summer and have been with the Florida Everblades ever since. It's been great.
Okay.
What is your position with the Everglades?
So I'm the title is account executive, but I primarily deal in ticket sales and advertising.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, guys. Alicia, Isaac, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Good job, guys. Keep going at it. It's a tough time